In the shallow, chromed-out world of Cyberpunk 2077, status and public image is absolutely everything. Without it, you're just another hopeless gonk wandering the streets, a nameless face in a sea of faces. Yo, what's up guys, it's Chris over at Breezy's Gaming Corner, and today I want to talk about Cary Eurodyne and his quest for freedom from the shadows of his past. And if you're a fan of Cyberpunk 2077 in any way, be sure to subscribe because I post videos weekly. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Cary Eurodyne was born in Night City in 1998 in the wake of corporate warfare. Music became his escape, a way to scream back at the world that tried to crush him. He found his outlet in the band Samurai alongside the infamous deserter Johnny Silverhand. Together they weren't just a band, they were a rebellion. Their music gave voice to a generation caught between the corpos and the streets. But it wasn't just art, it was war. And like all wars, it tore them apart. Johnny was always the louder one, the icon. But Cary, he was the soul, often living in Johnny's shadow. In 2008, Samurai would break up. This occurred after their keyboardist Nancy was jailed and the remaining band members struggled to maintain their creative direction during her absence. The band members eventually went their separate ways, leading to the end of Samurai. In the early 2020s, Samurai would try to do some reunion shows, but it was met with mixed response by the fans. And shortly after this, in 2023, Johnny would go blow up Arasaka Tower, killing himself and Samurai in the process. But the death of Samurai actually marked the birth of Cary Eurodyne's solo career. After going solo, Cary made millions. He filled stadiums. However, the fame felt hollow. He became a tool of the very corporations he once fought against. An aging rebel marketed like a soft drink. And on top of all of this, he still felt like he was living in the shadows of his dead friend Johnny Silverhand. He just couldn't match the energy that Johnny brought to the table all those years ago. He battled addiction, isolation, and the constant fear that he had become a sellout, a ghost of what he once stood for. He pushed people away, relationships crumbled, and he drowned himself in drugs, women, and noise. But the silence always returned. It's said that he also attempted suicide, but when V questions him about this, he denies it, saying it was a PR stunt. In 2077, decades after Johnny's death, the two rocker boys are reunited, kinda. After taking V on an involuntary night out on the town, Johnny reconnects with his old lover, Rogue. After reconnecting with Rogue, Johnny is hit with some nostalgia. He wants to see his old buddy Cary. And how does he go about this? By having V relinquish control of his body again. Then he heads over to Cary's house, breaks in, and plays a Samurai song on the guitar in a way that only Johnny Silverhand could.
Who the fuck? Keep playing. Johnny fucking Silverhand. Fuck.
Although there was some tension in the past, Cary is genuinely happy to see his old friend again. But reuniting with Johnny also filled Cary with some nostalgia, so he tasks V with going and getting some band members together so Samurai could play one more reunion show, which ends up being a smash success. But all is not well for long. Shortly after the show, V is called by a very angry Cary Eurodyne.
Yeah, there's this little girl group. Us cracks, right? 3 birds from Japan, laser pop ska. Yeah, big over in Asia. I mean, who isn't? Now they signed some deal for an NUS tour. Want to promote it with a cover of my song. Can you believe that? Not about to let them play me like that.
Cary's way of going about this is to enlist the help of V. The two of them intercept a van full of music equipment for the Us Cracks, and they throw a grenade in it, blowing up the van and the equipment in hopes that the Us Cracks will cancel their NUS tour. This, however, doesn't happen.
You know what I'm looking at? Us Cracks concert announcement. This is not fucking happening.
Wait, what? I thought we took care of it.
Truck didn't do shit. They just postponed the game.
Carrie enlists the help of V to break in backstage of their concert and confront the S-Cracks once and for all.
Carrie, son!
I ain't your son. This ain't a meet and greet either.
While backstage, it's actually revealed that the S-Cracks had full permission to cover one of Carrie's songs. Carrie's record label went behind his back and signed a deal with the S-Cracks, allowing this to happen. Realizing that they're all being played by the corpos at the top, Carrie decides to forgive the S-Cracks and work on mending their relationship. He starts by attending one of the S-Cracks' release parties, inviting V to come along too. While at the release party, Carrie and V have a moment alone where Carrie admits that he really only had an issue with the S-Cracks because he was scared of living in somebody's shadow again. On top of this, he feels like a corporate sellout, and this just doesn't sit well with him. After years of being under the record label's thumb, enough is enough, and Carrie is ready to take action into his own hands. Carrie invites V to the Night City Marina where they board his boat, the Samurai, and Carrie plays V one of his newest songs that he just wrote. After listening to Carrie play the most relaxing song ever made for an unhealthy amount of time, it's revealed that the Samurai is actually not Carrie's boat in the first place. It's his record label CEO's boat. V wasn't called on this boat to listen to some of the greatest music ever made. V was called onto the boat so he could witness the rebirth of one of Night City's greatest corpo rebels. And witness he does. V and Carrie completely tear apart this man's yacht and then they set it on fire, eventually blowing it up. With the help of V, Carrie was not only able to get over his fear of living in somebody's shadow, but he was also able to break free of the corporate chains that he found himself bound to over the past few decades. Carrie Uridine is more than a rock star. He's a survivor of a broken world. A man haunted by what he lost and afraid of losing what he has left. His story isn't about saving the world, it's about finding himself when everything else has been burned away. In a city where everyone wears a mask, Carrie's tragedy is that he forgot who he was until it was almost too late. But maybe, just maybe, he's got one last song in him. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want you to know it means the world to me and I greatly appreciate your support. I don't take it for granted. And if you liked this video, be sure to leave a like as it helps the channel out a ton. And if you like Cyberpunk or Cyberpunk related content, be sure to subscribe as I do post weekly. And that's about all I got for you this week. As always, take great care of yourselves and peace.